Of Caitlyn Clark's basketball season, the WNBA Rookie of the Year said, I'm going to go and become a professional golfer in the offseason.
You might remember at the end of Caitlyn Clark's basketball season, the WNBA Rookie of the Year declared, I'm going to go and become a professional golfer in the offseason. Caitlyn Clark has made headlines countless times for her jaw-dropping performances on the basketball court, but this week she's turning heads for a different reason. Instead of dominating the hardwood, Clark is stepping onto the lush fairways of Florida to compete in the LPGA Pro-Am event, the Annika, hosted by golf legend Annika Sorenstam at Pelican Golf Club. This isn't just any event. Clark's participation symbolizes her expanding influence in the world of sports. Paired with the world's top-ranked golfer Nelly Korda and celebrated with remarkable fanfare, Clark's presence is redefining what it means to be a multi-sport athlete. What makes this so noteworthy isn't just Clark's talent, but how the LPGA has rolled out the red carpet, investing heavily in marketing and public engagement to spotlight her. But why did this single event generate more excitement than her entire debut season in the WNBA? In this video, we'll uncover how LPGA golfers from Sorenstam to Korda and other top golfers on the tour shared what they really think of Clark and why this week could signal a pivotal shift in how she's perceived in women's sports. First of all, it's quite amazing for a Wednesday. There's so much media from different outlets, local news, and reporters you normally wouldn't see at an LPGA event. All the spectators are waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlyn, hopefully a final autograph. When Caitlyn Clark made her entrance at Pelican Golf Club, it was clear this wasn't going to be just another golfer. The LPGA took full advantage of the moment, orchestrating a marketing effort that highlighted Clark's dual sport appeal. Pairing her with world #1 golfer Nelly Korda wasn't just strategic, it was a statement that this event was something special. It was a stroke of genius by the LPGA, maximizing the attention Clark was getting while showcasing the best golfer in the world. Another generational athlete in Korda added to the anticipation as Clark prepared to showcase her golf skills in an arena where the pressure was just as intense as on the court. What truly set the LPGA apart was how it amplified Clark's presence. The Golf Channel adjusted its regular programming to cover parts of her game live, an unusual move for a Pro-Am event. Even seeing the national media members there, the basketball media covering Caitlyn Clark, it was sure to be a really special day in the women's game. Social media feeds buzzed with updates, clips, and highlights of Clark's swings dominating sports news. Tournament host and golf icon Annika Sorenstam captured the sentiment perfectly. What Caitlyn brings is more than just talent, it's her ability to draw new audiences and inspire them. This echoed throughout the golfing community and spilled into broader sports media. Our tournament is in a different limelight and just different excitement, one commentator noted. Wherever she goes, she's been selling out, so hopefully we sell out here too. Clark's background in golf added depth to her participation. This wasn't just a celebrity appearance, she had a genuine connection with the sport, having started playing since she was a little kid. I'm not a professional golfer, but I love being out there enjoying the challenge and the mental game, she said. This authenticity resonated with both seasoned golf fans and her devoted basketball followers. Her participation symbolized more than competition, it was a testament to embracing challenges and stepping outside comfort zones. I never golfed this early in the morning. I grew up in Domas and played there a ton. I try to get back as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot, so it's super fun. This was Clark's second major pro-am following her 2023 debut at the John Deere Classic, where she played alongside major winner Zach Johnson. The return to the golf stage amplified her presence, proving her crossover appeal wasn't fleeting. Fans flooded Pelican Golf Club, ticket sales soared, and the atmosphere was charged with excitement. The LPGA's efforts showcased the potential of embracing cross-sport talent to draw diverse audiences and uplift women's sports. But why was the LPGA so proactive in highlighting Clark while her own league, the WNBA, lagged in doing the same? Clark's debut with the Indiana Fever was nothing short of historic. She set multiple league records, including most assists in a season by a player, and becoming the only player to reach 100 three-pointers and 300 assists in the same season. Her stats -won 9.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game earned her Rookie of the Year, a top 5 MVP finish, and multiple player awards throughout the season, breaking 62 records in the process. Yet when the league had the opportunity to celebrate her, it fell flat. For instance, her Rookie of the Year award presentation happened in an empty gym, devoid of the fanfare befitting a player of her caliber. In contrast, the LPGA ensured Clark's involvement in the Annika received significant attention by promoting her pairing with world number 1 Nelly Korda and integrating her into the Women's Leadership Forum alongside legends like Annika Sorenstam. The LPGA demonstrated how to maximize an athlete's star power. Their decision to highlight Clark's participation with extensive media coverage and fan access showed a keen understanding of her wide appeal. Fans and observers didn't hold back their opinions on this disparity. One fan's comment summed up the sentiment: "The way every league embraces her except the WNBA is diabolical." Others echoed the same frustration, suggesting the LPGA's marketing strategy was a blueprint the WNBA overlooked. Some critics attribute this cautious recognition to the WNBA's focus on balancing narratives between veterans and rising stars. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's public comments often emphasize the league's overall growth and competitive dynamics without specifically spotlighting Clark's groundbreaking contributions. This strategic choice, while aiming for a balanced approach, ultimately missed the chance to tap into the Caitlyn Clark effect, a phenomenon that brought record attendance and boosted TV ratings throughout her season. Remember this comment from Commissioner Engelbert: "I notice when you're asked about Caitlyn, a lot you bring up other rookies as well. No, Lee's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries, and you can't do that alone as one person." The LPGA's success with Clark highlights the importance of embracing and elevating standout athletes, recognizing that their appeal can transcend the boundaries of their primary sport. By giving Clark a stage, the LPGA not only boosted its own profile, but reinforced the broader potential of women's sports. When star athletes are celebrated and supported, it's not just about acknowledging success, it's about crafting moments that capture public attention and engage audiences. Everyone talks about other NBA and WNBA players not being appreciated, but no one insulted them or dismissed their contributions. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years, a lot of people didn't care fair or not until Caitlyn Clark came along. When Clark stepped onto the course for the Annika Pro-Am, she wasn't just participating in another athletic event, she was drawing admiration from some of the most respected names in women's golf. LPGA stars were eager to share their thoughts on Clark, a testament to her influence extending beyond basketball. Annika Sorenstam, a legend of the sport and host of the event, didn't hold back her praise. "We're thankful she's here. She's been the one other than Nelly to bring so much attention to women's sports." Sorenstam highlighted Clark's poise under pressure, noting, "It's inspiring to see someone handle the spotlight with such grace while continually pushing boundaries." Nelly Korda, the world number 1 and Clark's partner for the front 9, echoed Sorenstam's sentiments. "It's refreshing to have someone from another sport who embodies the same competitive drive we do. Caitlyn's energy and determination are contagious." This cross-sport camaraderie underscored how Clark's approach resonates with elite athletes regardless of the playing field. In a light-hearted exchange, Korda joked, "Non-serious question, how is your jump shot?" To which Clark replied, "It probably needs work." Korda added, "Maybe I'll ask Ken for some advice next time. We'll get together, maybe it'll be on a basketball court." Brittany Lincecum shared her excitement about having Clark at the event, saying, "What she's done for women's basketball is phenomenal, and seeing her support us here is just incredible." I even brought a basketball for her to sign for my daughters. Andrea Lee and Megan Kang showed how big of fans they were in a recent interview, hoping to cross paths with Clark during their tea time and grabbing selfies. Marina Alex and Lilia Vu were excited to see Clark firsthand and how the Caitlyn Clark effect will bring more eyeballs to the sport. Lee mentioned, "My tea time is at 7:10 a.m., so I'm hoping that overlaps well enough that I'll be able to get a picture." Kang said, "Oh man, my tea time is in the afternoon. There's no shot that I'm going to catch her in time for a photo." Alex was especially excited because her locker is next to Caitlyn's in the locker room. "I walked in and saw her. She's got a placard just like all the LPGA players right next to her, so perhaps I can pick her brain as we're getting ready to head out to the golf course." Vu, the defending champion, said, "Oh my goodness, so excited that Caitlyn's here. She's going to bring so many eyeballs to this week and to our game in general." Rising stars like Andrea Lee and Rose Young shared their admiration as well. Young, who draws motivation from Clark's ability to focus amid intense media scrutiny, remarked, "Her composure is something I deeply respect. She handles everything thrown at her with remarkable poise." The warmth and respect from these golfers weren't just fleeting gestures, they signified a genuine acknowledgement of Clark's role in amplifying the profile of women's sports. Her participation wasn't just a nod to her golfing hobby, it represented a melding of sports worlds, bringing fans from different spheres together and spotlighting the potential for growth through cross-promotion. This collective admiration highlighted a stark reality. When given the right platform, athletes like Clark can be powerful conduits for change, uniting different athletic communities and broadening the reach of women's sports. The LPGA capitalized on this potential, setting an example of how leagues can support star athletes beyond their primary sport. The LPGA golfers' responses weren't just applause, they were recognition of a shift happening in real time, a shift that places Clark not only as a basketball star but as an ambassador for women in sports, inspiring change across disciplines. "That's the reason that you play," one golfer said. "It's not because of the wins and the points you score, it's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too." Clark's presence at the Annika Pro-Am was more than just a break from basketball, it was a demonstration of her deep commitment to uplifting women's sports. During her appearance at the Women's Leadership Summit, Clark spoke passionately about her motivation and her enduring desire to inspire young girls. "The reason I play isn't just for the points or the wins, it's for the moments when a young girl at a game smiles, shouts, or even sheds a tear when I wave." Clark shared this powerful sentiment, revealing that for her, sports are a conduit for inspiration and connection. Her passion for golf stems from her childhood when she picked up her first set of pink golf clubs